Hi everyone, Lisa here from Forest City Stitching. This is a very late video and I hope I get through it because I hear my son moving around and I'm still on call for another 20 minutes with work. So hopefully the phone doesn't go off either. So I hope everyone had a good week and Happy New Year to everyone. And yeah, next week is back into the swing of things, a normal week. So I was back to work, well, most of this week. I just had Wednesday off for New Year's Day, but worked the other days, and definitely going to be a busy 2020 for me. So yeah, that's why I just hear my son moving, so I was just checking the monitor. Yeah, so what did I do today? Not much. I was on call all weekend, and today wasn't so busy until tonight when someone canceled for a shift and I had to try to find someone. But yeah, my husband also had to work, so yeah, kind of a boring weekend for my son. But there was a new indoor play place that opened up in town called Off the Wall. And so we went to check that out yesterday, and it's pretty cool. So then we went back today because mommy can sit on couches and he can run around like a fool. So that's what we did this weekend and just kind of took it easy. Really started to snow tonight, and quite a bit of snow actually out there right now. So it should be an interesting morning, and hopefully I don't have too many people calling absent from work either because of it, because I'll be dealing with that in the morning too. I don't think I mentioned, but I work for a staffing agency. I do the administrative placements, but we do rotate having the on-call phone, in which probably about once every 2 months we have it for a weekend, which is our on-call hours are between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. So it makes it for long days. You're not working the whole time, but you just need to be available if there is something that needs to be done. Most of the time it's more on the general labor, light industrial side. So stuff that I don't deal with on a regular basis, but have enough knowledge that I can figure it out, and I can also reach out to my colleagues as well about any guidance. So it's just, yeah, so that's what I do. So I find people work, match people with jobs, and yeah, you would think that people would want to go to work, but sometimes it's not that easy. So yeah, very, very busy for sure. I had mentioned in my last video, I was thinking of signing up for a full marathon, and after I created the video, I went and did that. So training starts on Tuesday, so wish me luck. But I signed up for a full marathon in Quebec in October. It's the Petit Train du Nord, I think is what it's called. So it's a full marathon, so 42.2 kilometers. And then I also, while I was at it, signed up for Around the Bay in Hamilton at the end of March, which is a 30-kilometer run. I've done that twice, that one. 30 kilometers is the longest I've ever run. So, you know, what's another 12 kilometers for the full marathon? So fingers crossed training goes well. I'm mainly concerned with the time requirement for the full marathon, which is 5.5 hours. So we'll see. So I need to be really on my training game. So if anyone's interested, I may keep you updated on here as well. And again, if you're not, I'm sorry. As far as haul goes, I'm doing Stitch from Stash, and I only bought one skein of Threadwork, so you'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty good first week, and I only bought one thing. Now, I did buy some DMC from Michael's tonight, but I did use a gift card, and so I believe that does not count. But if it did, I'm still in budget, so that's good. I do want to thank my 68 subscribers who did jump up a little bit this week. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Kelly Hale, for your kind comments. She had mentioned that she's doing the Linen and Threads Mystery Cell, and I'll show you my progress on that. So Kelly would be interested in seeing your progress if you want to. Send me a picture, or I'm sure you're in the Facebook group as well for that. 911 Stitcher, thank you for your kind comments. Nice that Stacy comments on my videos. If you haven't checked out her Flosstube, definitely do. 911 Stitcher. And Debbie, who won the giveaway, thank you for sending me the message with your address. The kit is ready to be mailed in an envelope, addressed. It took a little trip in the car on Friday, but never quite made it to the post office. So hopefully early next week it will have some better luck. So I have it ready, but just haven't got it to the post office quite yet. And then shout out, Carla Being Crafty shouted me out on her video earlier today. I had noticed that she had the Clementine pattern from Plum Street, and I had messaged her asking her if she wanted to do a stitch along with me. And she said sure. We were trying to come up with some like a date to do that, and she's like, well, when's your birthday? I said April. So we've now decided to do a birthday sale for Clementine. It's really glary. There we go. But that's a cute pattern. So if anyone wants to join in April, join us with that. It's going to be hashtag ClemSal, CLEMSAL. Yeah, happy to have others join. So lots of notice, lots of time to get your pattern and your floss if you're interested. But yeah, check out Carla's Flosstube as well. Carla Being Crafty. She does a whole bunch of different things. So okay, whips. Trying to, I do have one thing that was a whip, but now it's finished, so I will show you that at the end, because I was just thinking I was forgetting something, but that would be my finished item. So for whips, Enchanted Stitches Facebook group, the most recent challenges were in regards to just kind of Happy New Year, and so there were 4 different prompts with different options. I only picked 2 to do just because of the shorter time from January 1st till today. And I'm not going to kill myself with all these different challenges, because I also decided to take a look at magical stitches this year as well. We'll get to that because that's confusing. So Enchanted Stitches, the one challenge I decided to do was stitch on a piece that is your personal demon, and so for that I chose this Otter pattern. I don't have a picture of it because this was one that I got from like Value Village, so it was an old kit. So there's supposed to be the poor otter, I miscounted, so his head's not the right size, but I think it'll be fine. I worked mainly on the water, so then I'm going to do his feet down here. There's supposed to be another otter like head popping up over here. He's not getting done. Yeah, it's been a personal demon because it's so messed up. Again, no one who didn't look at the pattern would necessarily know, but yeah, I'll finish his feet, finish like the water around him, and then that's it. He's done. Excuse me. Again, it was just an old like kit I found at Value Village, so it's not like it cost me a lot, but yeah, so it's definitely a demon, I would say. And then the next prompt I picked tell us about personal resolution and stitch on that related piece. So my resolution was I'm going to run a full marathon in 2020. So something that goes along with that is my Feminine Nurse Design endurance. And it's so hard for you guys to see progress from week, but I got a little bit more done on the shoe, started a little bit more on the sand. I'm coming close to another page finish, so, or partial page finish. Obviously, that's not a full page, but yeah, so worked on that a little bit. And then, so going to magical stitches. So, sorry. I decided to check out magical stitches this year because now it is Disney based. They are reading Kingdom Keepers. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I remember listening to the books, the first book once, so I might ask my husband if he can download it or something. I don't know. We'll see. So I don't know if I'm going to be following along with the books, but yeah, so Magical Stitches is very confusing. Holy cow. It took me like forever to figure out what resort I was in. But I'm in Beach Club, so any other Beach Club members, hello. Yeah. It's very overwhelming. I noticed other people posted that as well, and someone suggested just do what you can. So, yeah, I can see how when people said last year that Magical Stitches ruled their life, I can see how. So, I'm just going to do what I can do and go from there. So, for week 1, stitch on something. The prompt that I chose was stitch on something related to thinking outside the box, because I guess one of the characters in the book is more of an Imagineer, and so they think outside the box. So for that, I decided to work on the new Linen and Threads Mystery Sal, because it's a mystery and you're kind of thinking outside the box with, choosing your color palette and all that. This also worked for, so that's how far I've got so far on the first month. And that's also worked for another challenge for Enchanted Stitches, like a year long, stitching around the parks. So we kind of double dipped there with the 2 different Facebook groups. And then so the skein of thread that I bought was this Threadworks, and I wanted it to go with this one. That's showing very well as an accent color for the sampler. So it's Family and Friends or Friends and Family Quicker Sampler as the accent color for like initials. I posted it on the Facebook group and everyone thought that they went together, so hopefully you guys do too. I'd be curious to see what you think. I wanted to go with a blue color because the first couple of initials, Brendan, the designer, had said that the one was for his dog and the other one was for his wife, so I'm kind of doing the same idea. I'll do the one for my dog that passed away last year, and then for my husband's initials. So I thought blue to represent the boys, and really any other initials are gonna, other than mine, would probably be male related to, right? Because my son, and yeah, it's a male dominated house here. I'm definitely a boy mom. So, moving on. Yeah, so Magical Stitches, we'll see. So I'll do one thing at a time, try not to take on too much. I have been using my 24 hours of cross stitch planner to try to organize everything. I realize that I need whiteout to help, but yeah, so I've been trying to do that. it has definitely been helpful with looking at my whips and different things like that. So speaking of Jen, 24 hours acrostic, ready, set, X's, the January acrostics. So the new start for linen and threads was my X in that, and then my exclamation point, because it's something I was excited about. And then E was for my endurance height, so 2 of those are in relations to that as well. So just knocking off all the birds I can with as few stones as possible. And then I did work a little bit on my temperature tree, which I forgot because it's in my purse. I haven't got any of the leaves on it yet. Still working on getting to a branch, the January branch. So hopefully I will get that caught up and I can get the leaves started. I think I am going to do a high and low temperature thread for each. So 2 of the 2 threads, one's going to be high, one's going to be low for the temperatures. And so that'll be a little bit different. And then, anything else? Talked about that. One thing I am going to be starting is Garden Cat. By Satsuma Street. It for a magical stitches challenge, I believe. Now I need to keep them all straight. For something that relates to Small World, and I thought the colors remind me of Small World. So I'm going to do it on this fabric. This is fabric that I just got at Value Village too. It had a huge crease in it, so I literally just threw it in a garment bag and threw it in the wash just to try to make it a little bit better. I think it might have shrunk the holes a little bit. Oh well. And then I had to buy a bunch of floss for this today at Michael's, only because I didn't have all those really bright colors. So that's all ready to go. And I was hoping to start it either yesterday or today, but that just didn't happen. So before I get to my finish, I did want to show you something that, so the other night I asked my son, I'm like, hey, do you want to try to cross stitch? He's like, yes. So I found some anchor thread, and I found this little pre-formed Ada, I think it's 14 count, that I picked up at Walmart, and this is what he's done. So he's only 4. As you can see, I tried to show him what the X's were supposed to look like, and he decided that the bigger ones were better, which is fine. But I would just loop a piece of thread for him, so that way he wouldn't lose his needle. And yeah, then when he was done, I tied them off for him. Yeah, so he's pretty proud of that. So I gave him a Ziploc bag to put his floss in and stuff, and yeah, he said he's done, but then he saw that I bought some yellow thread, and he's like, I think I need to add yellow to my cross stitch. So we will see. So now on to my finish. So I finished Beachy Keen by Country Cottage Needleworks. Ta-da! Pretty happy with how that turned out. So this was a challenge for enchanted stitching, stitch on something that represents 2018 or something like that. So I chose this one because it represents, I started it when we were at the cottage in the summer, and my son really liked that trip, talks about it often, and so it just represents that you need to kind of slow down a little bit. So just put that in a little bit further. So I just finished it on sticky board, and then I just took, it was like a pack of like ribbon from Michael's, but it had like this kind of twine ropey included, so just put that around because I thought it needed something a little bit more. Just made a little something there to kind of like a little knot, just to hide where the seams went together along the edge. I had got the anchor. It's just a wooden anchor. It's very light. At Sable Beach. That's where we were. Just in one of the gift shop. And because when I was stitching it, I knew I wanted to keep in mind something that I could put it on. So, it took me like over 300 stitches to finish it. I didn't think I had that many stitches left, but yeah. I guess this on I think it's 16 count Nita, and it's all they called for. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy to get that done. And on that note, I would like to pass the stash and pass this chart on to someone who may be interested. So, Beachy Keen by Country Cottage Needleworks. So if there is anyone that is interested in stitching up this pattern, just let me know. Maybe answer, let's see, what question could I ask? When was your last beach vacation? So comment with that below. When was your last beach vacation? If you're interested in stitching this, and I will pick a winner next week when I do the video. And you know, the drill must be 18. Don't say giveaway, all that good stuff. Yeah, if you are interested in that, definitely let me know, because I'd be happy to pass the stash on that. So I think that is everything. It looks like we made it through the video without interruption. And yeah, so I hope everyone has a good week, and their beginning of 2020 has been good. And we will see you again next Sunday, hopefully. All right, thanks.